The beeping of the hospital monitor was the first sound I heard when I woke up. A dry, aching pain radiated from my left side. My vision blurred, then focused on my mother's face. She was smiling, tears in her eyes. It went perfectly, sweetheart. You're a hero. My mouth felt stuffed with cotton. Went ... perfectly. I mumbled, my mind foggy from anesthesia. Your kidney, my father said, patting my hand from the other side of the bed. The transplant to save Chloe. It was a miracle match. You did it. Aura, Chloe. My cousin, 22, vibrant, with a rare kidney disease that had suddenly turned critical. I remembered the family meeting a week ago, the panic, the tests to see who was a match. I'd been tested, of course. Everyone had, but I never agreed. ID in single quotes T ... I tried to sit up, but the pain slammed me back down. My mother's smile tightened. Don't be difficult, Rory. You were the only match. She would have died. You were unconscious from that little car accident, but the doctors said it was fine to proceed. We signed the consent forms as your next of kin. The pieces crashed together in my drugged mind. The little car accident, a fender bender that had knocked me out briefly. They'd brought me to the same hospital where Chloe was dying, and, while I was unconscious, they'd taken my kidney. They hadn't asked. They'd stolen a piece of my body. It's what family does, my father said, his voice firm, ending the discussion. In the following days, my family celebrated. Chloe got a second chance at life. I got a 9-inch scar and a profound betrayal that no painkiller could touch. When I tried to express my horror, I was called selfish. You have 2 kidneys, you only need 1, my aunt declared. Would you really let her die? The narrative was set. I was the miraculous donor, the selfless saint. The fact that I'd had no say was brushed aside as a technicality. My autonomy was a technicality. As we recovered, Chloe flourished. I struggled. I developed complications, chronic pain, fatigue. My dream of joining the Fire Academy, a physical career I'd trained years for, evaporated with my missing organ. I took a desk job. My family expected gratitude from me. Every year on the anniversary, they celebrated Chloe's rebirth. My role was to smile and accept their praise for a decision I never made. 5 years to the day of the surgery, I was at my bland office job when my personal phone rang. A blocked number, Miss Aurora Delaney. Yes. This is Dr. Evans from County General Hospital. I was the attending physician during your accident and subsequent nephrectomy 5 years ago. I've left the hospital, but I've been carrying something that I legally must convey to you. My heart stopped. What is it? There was ... an irregularity with the consent. Your blood work from the accident showed a potent sedative in your system, one not administered by EMS or the level was too high for a minor concussion. It suggested you were heavily sedated before the transplant consent was signed by your parents. The world tilted. What are you saying? I'm saying the consent was medically fraudulent. You were incapacitated, not from the accident, but from an unknown sedative. I tried to raise a flag, but the hospital administration was pressured by your family's donations. I was forced out, but I kept copies of the original toxicology report. It's yours. I'm emailing it now. You have legal recourse, Miss Delaney. What was done to you was not medicine, it was theft. The email arrived. The document was complex, but the conclusion was clear. Lorazepam, a powerful anti-anxiety sedative. In my blood at a level consistent with deliberate dosing, not emergency medical care. Timestamped before my parents signed the consent forms. They hadn't just taken advantage of an accident, they had ensured I couldn't say no. The fender bender had been real, but the deep unconsciousness that allowed the surgery? That had been manufactured. I sat in my apartment, the silence screaming. My own family had drugged me and carved me open. For 5 years, I'd lived with the pain, the lost dreams, the guilt for feeling violated because family comes first. Now, I had proof it was a crime. I hired a lawyer, Eleanor Shaw, who specialized in medical ethics and civil rights. Her face was grim as she reviewed the evidence. This is beyond malpractice, Aurora. This is battery, fraud, and potentially criminal conspiracy. The statute of limitations hasn't expired. We can sue the hospital, the doctors who complied, and your family for coercion and damages. Will we win? I asked, my voice small. We'll annihilate them, she said quietly. We didn't alert them. We built the case in silence. We subpoenaed hospital records, tracked down the discharge nurse who had questioned my sedation, and even found the pharmacy order for the lorazepam signed by my uncle, a cardiologist at the hospital, a family affair. The lawsuit was filed on a Monday morning. We sued my parents, my aunt and uncle Chloe's parents, the hospital, and the 3 surgeons involved. The damages sought were for physical and emotional trauma, loss of career potential, and punitive damages are some so large it made the headlines by noon. Woman sues family for kidney theft. My phone exploded. First, my mother, hysterical. Aurora, what is this nonsense? You'll destroy us. Withdraw it immediately. Then my father, cold with rage. You ungrateful wretch. After everything we've done for you, Chloe sent a text. I thought you loved me. I guess your kidney was the only good part of you. Their cruelty was my cement. I blocked them all. The trial was a media circus. The kidney trial, my family's lawyers painted me as a mentally unstable, regretful donor seeking a payday. They played the video of Chloe's tearful rebirth party, showing me smiling weakly in the corner. Then my lawyer called Dr. Evans. He testified about the toxicology report, the pressure, the cover-up. She called the nurse, who testified about my unnatural level of unconsciousness. Finally, she called me. Aurora, did you ever consent to donating your kidney to Chloe? No. Did anyone ask you? No. What did you wake up to, a scar? And a lifetime of being told I should be happy about it. The defense cross-examined me aggressively, trying to prove I'd subconsciously consented. I held firm. Then my lawyer played her ace. She called my younger brother, Liam, to the stand. He was 18 now, and he'd been 13 at the time of the surgery. We'd been close once. He'd been avoiding the family lately. Liam, my lawyer asked gently, did you ever hear any discussions about Aurora's kidney before the accident? He looked at our parents, then at me, his face pale. Yes, I heard Mom and Dad talking with Aunt Gina and Uncle Robert. Chloe was getting worse. Uncle Robert said Aurora is a match, but she never agreed. She's too selfish with her future plans, Dad said. Dad said, we'll just have to make sure she's in a position where she can't disagree. The courtroom gasped. My father shot to his feet, his lawyer pulling him down. Objection, hearsay from a child. He's describing a memory, the judge overruled. Continue, Liam continued, his voice breaking. The night before the accident, I saw Mom crushing pills into Aurora's smoothie. I asked what it was. She said it was a vitamin for stress. I didn't know. A perfect, stunned silence filled the room. My mother let out a small, choked sob. My lawyer approached the bench with the final piece, the pharmacy record for the lorazepam, matched to my uncle's signature, dated the day before my accident. It was over. The conspiracy was laid bare. The jury was out for only 3 hours. The verdict, we won on every count. The damages awarded were astronomical. The hospital settled separately to avoid worse publicity. My medical license was revoked. My parents and uncle were financially obliterated. But the real victory came after the verdict. The judge looked at my parents and said, you treated your daughter not as a person, but as spare parts for your preferred child. The court sees you for what you are. Outside, reporters swarmed. My family scurried away, hiding their faces. Chloe wasn't with them. I stood on the courthouse steps, the sun warming my face. The scar on my side ached, but for the first time, it felt like a badge of survival, not of theft. My brother Liam approached me hesitantly. I'm so sorry, Rory. I was a kid. I didn't understand. I hugged him. He was the only family I had left, and it was enough. A woman approached me, a representative from a medical ethics institute. Miss Delaney, we've been following your case. We'd like you to become an advocate for patient consent and bodily autonomy. Your voice could change laws. I smiled, a real, unfettered smile for the first time in years. They took my kidney to save one life. Now, I would use my voice to save thousands from the same fate. My body was mine again, and its purpose, finally, was my own to choose.